A hot topic, exchanging your driving license in Spain. A client case. One evening, a client who'd used our services before messaged me, asking to call because the police had pulled him over with questions about the car. Once I started talking to the police, I naturally asked what was wrong with the car, and they told me that was the least of his worries, as the client simply hadn't shown his registration certificate. The real issue, however, was with the client's license, because he was using a Polish one. And since there's a unified database for licenses across Europe, the police can check whether a license is registered in the European system or not. Since Poland is in the European Union, it should, of course, be registered in that database. But it wasn't there. Consequently, the driving license had no legal validity. After that, they naturally offered him a public defender, or to call the lawyer who usually represents him. He was also fined for driving without a license. The car was taken to the impound lot. And the best part of this situation is that the client wasn't arrested. Even though I was warned that it was a possibility, if the client hadn't had a registered address in Spain, as well as residency, he would have been detained pending further investigation. As it stands, they'll just send a summons to the address where he lives. That's the scale of the problems you can face if your driving license isn't in order. Now, let's talk about the timeframes for exchanging or obtaining a new Spanish driving license. If you have a Ukrainian driving license and you're here under temporary protection, you have 1 year from the date you received that protection. That is, your NIE, the document with your photo and fingerprint, 1 year. Consequently, if you're a citizen of another country, you only have 6 months from the date you get residency to exchange or obtain a new driving license. If you have a driving license from an EU country, you aren't required to exchange it for a Spanish one. For as long as your license remains valid, you can use it in Spain without having to exchange it. Subscribe for more useful information.